Good morning, students. How you all are? Hope you all are well. Today in our class, we will start the second part of chapter 6, the 100 dresses, part 2. So, in chapter 5, which was the first series of the chapter 100 dresses, we had seen that the story is about room number 13, where basically three main girls, Vanada, Peggy and Maddie. These three were there. Vanada, she was a Polish girl. She was from poor family. So basically, she had only one dress. It was very faded dress, but it was very neat and clean. Okay. So because of her dress, because of her name, and because of her origin, the class, almost all the class students, they used to tease her by asking how many dresses you have, and she always said she had 100 dresses. At that time, every student of the class thought, if this girl is having 100 dresses, why she is wearing the faded blue dress? Then suddenly, when there was a competition in the class, the competition was about designing the dress in a chart paper, and the result announced. The class came to know that Vanada Petronowski is the winner of this competition, and she had drawn 100 dresses. Okay, so Vanada Petronowski, she was saying about 100 dresses, and this all were beautiful paintings. So after listening to this, Peggy and Maddie, they feel very sad as they had made fun of Vanada. They were feeling sorry for it, and they both started searching for Vanada. They moved to the Vanada where the Vanada used to live. It was Bogenheim, and when they reached there, they found that there was no one. So now we will start our chapter from page number 76. Okay, students? There was no doubt about it. The Petronowskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? Amends means change, to make changes. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she gone now. So what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. So here you can see that when Peggy and Maddie, they were not able to find Vanida in her old house, they were feeling very sad. They turned and they started moving back to their home. And at that time, Peggy feels that maybe whenever Peggy is asking that Vanida how many dresses you have, she might be thinking of different drawings that she can make. Maddie turned the idea carefully over in her head, for if there were anything in it, she would not have felt so badly. But that night she could not get to sleep. She thought about Vanida and her faded blue dress and little house she had lived in. And she thought of glowing pictures those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. At last, Maddie sat up in the bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought this was hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. So, when Maggie she came to her home, at that night she was not able to sleep. Reason was that whenever she used to close her eyes to sleep, the faded face of Vanida, her faded blue dress, her small house, and those brilliant 100 paintings which Verida made, it used to circulate in her eyes. So finally she was not able to sleep. So she got up from the bed, buried her head under the hands, and she had taken a conclusion. She had thought something. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up, even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. She had no way of making things right with Veneta, but from now on, she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. So we had seen that Maggie, she is full of guilt and she was not able to sleep. So at that time, she just went up from the bed and she had taken a strong decision. This decision was that, as we had seen that whenever Peggy and other girls, they used to just make fun of Veneda, Maddie always felt bad for it. But she never taken a stand for her. मीन्स उसने कभी भी कोशिश नहीं किया कि वो बाकी गर्ल्स को या फिर पैगी को रोक सके, बिकॉज शी वॉज एफ्रेड दैट आफ्टर डूइंग दिस Maddie's friendship with Peggy, it may be disturbed. But here you can see that what Maddie is saying that from now onwards, if anybody is making fun of other because of their strange names, strange looks, dress, family background, anything, from this moment, if anybody is doing any kind of this activity, Peggy would take a stand whether her friendship with other students is going to be disturbed. So here you can see that Maddie, she's taken a strong decision in her heart that from that point she is not going to disturb or make anyone else unhappy. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Veneda Petronovsky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Veneda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her a new teacher. So definitely you can see that here Peggy and Maddie, they were feeling very sad because they had made a mistake. Normally अगर आप लोग क्लास में या फिर स्कूल में कोई मिस्टेक करते हो, you have to write an apology letter, है ना? Apology letter means you will apologize for the mistakes committed by you. But here you can see that both the girls, they are just writing a friendly letter. They are not writing an apology letter. So in the friendly letter, they informed Veneta about that she won the competition and जैसे normal ही पूछते कि क्या हाल चाल है ना? In the same way, she is inquiring about the new school, new place and new friends. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with their just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend. And they signed it with lots of access for love. Access for love means they had tried to show their concern towards Veneta. They mailed the letter to Bogan Heights, writing "Please forward" on the envelope. So finally, both the girls, they were not able to write an apology letter because they were feeling very sorry for what they have did with Veneta. So they were not able to write an apology letter but written a friendly letter. Now the second problem in front of them, it was that they don't have an address, that where Veneta had moved with her family. So what they did, they had written in the envelope their old address of Bogan Heights and mentioned please forward. Definitely आप जैसे कहीं जगह शिफ्ट होते हैं तो आपके नेबर्स जानते हैं कि वो कहाँ शिफ्ट हुए, है ना? So that was the reason they had written please forward. But still they are not sure that they are going, means Veneta is going to get this letter. Days passed and here was no answer. But the letter did not come back. So maybe Veneta had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. So definitely whenever you just give a message to someone, you will start waiting for the reply, isn't it? So in the same way, after writing this letter to Veneda, now they both were waiting for a reply. But days rolled on and no reply came. So now Peggy and Maddie, they both were talking. It may happen the letter had not reached to Veneda as they don't have proper address, but as letter had not came back to them, so sure the letter had reached anyhow to Veneda. Means first possibility जो थी वो उनको नहीं लग रहा था. Second, it was that maybe Veneda is angry and she does not want to communicate with the room 13. So this can be a reason that letter is the reply letter had not turned up. Weeks went by and still Veneda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Veneda, defending her from the great crowd of girls who were trying to tease her with, "How many dresses have you got?" And before Veneda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. So here you can see that when the days passed, now Maggie had forgot the business, means what all had happened. But still, Maggie, she was feeling very bad. So basically when she used to go to bed, she used to think about Veneda. She used to make speeches about Veneda, that saying that she's a good girl, talented girl, and she always imagines that whenever, means next time it would happen that anyone is teasing Veneda, definitely Maddie will take a stand and no, she will not allow anyone to do this. Now it was Christmas time and there were snow on the grounds. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school before holiday, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. So now it was Christmas time. So the class was decorated with a small Christmas tree and some other decorations were there. And it was the last day before winter break. So suddenly a letter came to our teacher and now teacher is going to display and disclose about the letter. Definitely you understand, I think, from whom is this letter. Okay students. You remember Veneda Petronowski, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest. Well, she has written me and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. So now we are going to read the letter. Here you can see that Veneda is being referred as a gifted child because she was gifted with the talent of drawing beautiful paintings. Okay students. Dear Miss Mason, how are you? And room 13. Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of green dress with a red trimming and her friend Maddie to have the blue one for the Christmas. I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. So definitely you can see that even it was a very friendly letter. You can see that from this letter it is very evident that she does not have anything in her heart. What she had said that all those paintings which was made by her, now all those paintings were Christmas gift to the other students in her class. So definitely she does not have any wrong feeling about the class, isn't it? And the two paintings, one was green and the other was blue. She especially said that these two paintings are for Peggy and Maddie. Now we will see that what was their reaction. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held drawings very carefully. All houses had wreath and holly in the windows. Basically, wreath and holly, both these things are used to decorate during the Christmas season. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in window, candy peppermint stick and cornpokes of shiny transparent paper were strung. Strung means hung up, latakna. The air smelled like Christmas and the light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. So you can see that narrator had tried to just set an atmosphere of Christmas. Started from the class with Christmas tree and even the doors, shops, everything, they were decorated with the Christmas belongings. Boys, said Peggy, this show she really like us. It shows she got our letter and this is her way of saying that everything all right and that's that. So you can see here that Peggy, she is defending herself that now everything is fine as Vereda had given a friendly letter too. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight line polished girl again, could not ever really make the things right between them. Although Peggy is now normal, but still Veneda is under some guilt that she had did something wrong with Veneda because now Maddie, she is not going to see Veneda anymore. She went home, she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the color. Maddie sat down on her bed, looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing. But Veneda had been nice to her anyway. So Maddie, she had brought the paintings and carefully she kept in her room. Tears blurred her eyes. Blurred means not able to see clearly. She gazed. Gazed means looked steadily for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and heard of the drawing, but it looked like her. Maddie, it really looked like her own mouth. Why it really looked like her own self. Veneda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy. So, one strange thing happened here. Maddie, she kept the Veneda's painting in front of her. At first, her eyes were full of tears. She was not able to see clearly. Then she just wiped it off, and when she noticed the dress carefully, she came to know that Veneda had drawn Maddie's face and head in those painting. Means the dress what she had designed in that dress, the Maddie's face was clearly visible. So definitely now Maddie understand that this blue dress was purposefully drawn for Maddie. So now she thought that maybe the Peggy's dress is specially drawn for her. So the same moment she ran to Peggy's house. Peg, she said, Let me see your picture. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they clattered up to her room where Vanada's drawing was lying face down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you. That's you, she exclaimed, and the head and the face of this picture did look like Peggy. So when they went to Peggy's house, they noticed the same thing. The blue dress, it was having Maddie's face, and the green and red dress, it was having Peggy's face. So it was very evident that Vanada had drawn these two dresses particularly for Maddie and Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie, and she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Vanada standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking stolidly over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So, in the concluding part, you can see that finally, in the beginning of the story, Maddie, she was very soft girl, है ना? She was not able to take a stand. So, after happening all those things, Maddie understood one thing in her life, that if something wrong is happening in front or around her, she should definitely take a stand and she will not feel bad for it. At the same time, very beautiful character is represented by Verena Petronowski, who is very silent, who seems to be dumb, but still she is a gifted artist. I hope you all have enjoyed the chapter. So now you can just write the question answers. Okay students, thank you.